Hello Jaguars, Leopards, and whoever else. I'm your sister, and welcome back to another WAD video. So today I'm going to be doing the third addition to the underrated plane series, and this time it's going to be on the G10. So the G10 in a nutshell is basically a Russian fighter from War Thunder slapped into a mobile game. It has good climb, good turn, and a decently good armament. And by decently good, I mean it's probably one of the best armaments you can get in the game. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Just in a shorter kind of version of it. But basically, right now I'm looking around and I'm going to be trailing a Yak 9T. So basically what's going to happen is going to be like a 3 to 4 minute dogfight. It's pretty lengthy. This guy was actually really good. GG's for him. But basically I don't really recommend going in an approach like this just because you'll lose a lot of altitude and you keep around the same energy. There's no energy gain from really doing a shallow dive in WAD. So right here, I'm closing in rather quickly, but then he starts diving over Potomnik. So getting low in the 109, it's not really that big of an issue, but I still don't really like going low since I'm a boom and zoom player. So right here, he's trying his best to make me just lose all my energy, and he did succeed. Don't ever commit to weird maneuvers like that. So I went straight up because I knew that I needed some energy, or potential energy, basically altitude. So I got the altitude, and now I'm trying to rope around and maybe even stall climb him. So right here, I'm just trying to extend away so that way I at least have some distance to turn back around and at least do a head-on. But he's below me, so I'm going to try and do a rope-a-dope and get him to pitch up for me. But it looks like he's not going to do that, so I'm just going to flop over right onto him and be on his tail again. And that's the beautiful thing about the 109. You can do maneuvers like that and completely get away with it. So right here, he jerked around, so I'm going back up. I don't want to waste all my altitude for no reason. So I'm staying high. I'm just waiting for him to pitch up for me. But he's not that stupid, so he's really just trying to keep himself lower than me and maintain his energy. So right here, I'm going back up again, and I'm just trying to stay above him. If I have the altitude advantage, I am probably gonna not get shot and even get a kill if I'm lucky. So right here, just trying to extend, do a slight turn, and then I notice him on my tail. So I'm just like, alright, shallow climb, not a shallow dive, but it's more of a zoom dive, if that's what you want to call it, just diving at around 30-degree angle. He's still on my tail, so this is something I really didn't think was a great idea. If you're gonna dive, don't put it immediately back up into a climb. Keep going straight for about 10 seconds and then pitch up, so that way if your enemy has worse energy retention, they bleed all their speed quicker than you, and then you can pitch up and stall climb them. So right here, climbing back up, and I look behind me and I don't really see him. So I'm like, The reason why I went so high is because I wanted to see where he was with the vapor trail, but I don't see him, so he might have just run off towards this air spawn area. So I'm looking for him, and that's pretty much the end of the dogfight right there. But basically all you have to do is just keep your energy and keep your altitude, because if you have those two things, you can probably beat any enemy in the game. Whether they have a better climb rate or a better turn. That's literally all you need. That's just the fundamentals of the G10. But yeah, that's the end of this fight, so I will, I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so here we are in the next fight. So basically, what I've done is I've taken off after reloading and refueling and doing all that stuff, and I climbed up to that about 4,500 meter mark. So I'm right over Stalingrad right here, and I'm gonna chase this one guy down, but I actually think that's a friendly 190, so I just left that guy, and I headed towards the Russian air spawn. So, haven't found anyone yet, but I did see a friendly over here fighting a little bit, so, and they died, so I just decided to head over to this air spawn. So right here, I see one guy, so I'm deciding to, dive on him. So right here, I'm almost positive it's an I-16 that's AFK, so I'm like, alright, easy kill, why not? But basically right here, it's just another picture-perfect sight of what skill issue is. So I guess that, I really don't know how many shots I missed there. That was ridiculous. It was about 3 areas where I 3 chances to get a shot and I didn't. So right here, best aim probably out of everyone in the entire game right here. So right here, just trying to lead my shots. And while doing this, I really don't recommend doing too much like dogfighting like that, because it just bleeds a lot of energy. But right there, you can see me swapping my ammo. That is a very important thing to check to make sure that you're always keeping track of your ammo and how much you have left. Because if you have no ammo, obviously you can't kill anything. But right here, I'm climbing back up. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Make sure to just not really do too much dogfighting. It's not recommended, but you can do it just because of your turn. The ability to turn in the G10 is a really nice thing to have. That's something that you really don't get in War Thunder because it's a high altitude Gustav. You're not going to be killing stuff by maneuvering. Like, you're not going to outturn a Corsair. There's no way. Well, you can, but you'll lose a lot of your energy very quickly. So right here, some more great aiming. I disabled my flaps there because I just didn't want to use up too much energy by using the flaps. So right here, getting some more shots off. And that's really what you want to do. You want to stay, you don't want to get too close to the enemy, because your roll rate, while it is decent, you're not going to be outrolling a lot of planes. For one, like the Yak-9, the Yak-9 has a really good turn rate, or roll rate, and they'll just do scissors with you until you eventually overshoot. And that brings me to another point. You always want to keep your, you always want to manage your throttle. You always want to make sure that if your enemy decides to cut their throttle completely, you do the same, so that way you don't, stall out. But right there, that G10, or I think that was a G6. This came flying in, almost hitting me, but screwed up his approach. So I'm just extending away and hoping that the Yak-9 is actually distracted by him. But right there, that put me into a very vulnerable situation. I did a lot of turning and bled a lot of my speed, and I can't outturn Yaks. And that's what I said in my G2 video. I went against my own advice. Never turn with Yaks. Never turn with, I think it was like British aircraft and Japanese aircraft as well. But you just don't want to turn fight in German planes. They are B and Z mainly. That's just what you want to live by. Energy is your life. That's pretty much it. Energy and altitude. So right here, still extending away. I thought he was still on me, but he was messing with some other guys. over there. So I'm heading back in because I noticed that the Yak 9 is kind of being thrown around by, I think it's a 190 and that G6 that was going like full throttle, about to ram into me. So right here, turning, and then wow, nice. So that's beat dead right there. Beautiful sight. So I said GG, and I respawned. So right here, back up to that altitude, you gotta be at that 4,500 mark, so that way you don't get that vapor trail, because I think the vapor trail starts to form at like 4,700. So being right below that gives you a major advantage of not being seen, but having a decent advantage over everyone, because nobody decides to climb in this game for some reason. So I see someone here. I spray some 13mm MG42 at them. I think if the Germans used a handheld MG131s and replaced the MG42 with that, I think they would have won the war. That's just my opinion. Changed my mind. So right here, I actually don't know what that was. I think it was that Spitfire that killed me, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just trying to stay above him, do a nice little dive on him. He doesn't look too dangerous, so I really don't care, because there's no, I think everyone, all the Russians died to that 190 and G6, so good on them. But yeah, then he crashed, I guess. So we'll never know what he was flying. So I headed back over to the air spawn, and there was a dogfight going on against another G10, which I was surprised to see, and an I-16, and I think a Yak 1. So right here, I'm checking my map to make sure that the person in front of me is not a friendly. So I'm going straight for him. I noticed my friendly off to my left, and I decide, all right, it's time to go full commit into this guy. So right here, I'm right behind him, and he's going pretty quickly because he's been in a straight line for quite a while now. So I'm spraying some more 131s at him. No dice, so I decided to swap to my 151 gun pods, thinking that was gonna change something. So right here, he's going up into the vertical to, I don't know, maybe put us into a low energy state and then turn fight us. So I went full commit because I knew that I could turn with this guy. It's right there, and say night night to your engine, buddy. So that's kill number 2.
Nice.
So yeah, night night. I almost got shot by him right there because I went under him. So that would have not been good. If you ever see a guy with their engine out, just let them die. Don't try to like kill them even more, because they are far from dead. But if you just let them go for about 2 minutes, you'll see the kill credit and you'll be completely fine. So right here's the last fight of the game right there. Pretty close. I might have been able to get a shot right there if I had just messed with my rudder a little bit, but I lost them somehow. So I'm looking around. I see them on the map behind me. So I'm looking all around, then I see them above me, and I see just a giant smoke cloud. So right there, I'm just turning around, trying to get on to this Yak's tail, because he's trailing my friendly here. So I tried to save him, but it's way too late. I'm out of range, and I just was too unaware because I was with low fuel. So right here, spraying, hoping, and no dice. So he's doing some scissors here, some really light scissors. So he's not going to be outmaneuvering me anytime soon unless he does some harder maneuvers like this right here, which brings me to my point again about the bad roll rate. While you can recover, it's quite difficult, but that gives us our 3rd kill and a GG. So that's pretty much the G10. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.